right, let's get this workout going. Again, as we just briefly talked about, Danny is out of town, or heading out of town. So I'm actually not gonna label this as workout number 32, because not everybody's gonna do it this week. I'm gonna label it as probably just a hips auxiliary day. You'll see. Okay, so again, it won't be labeled as workout 32, but definitely a good part of the theme. The problem is I didn't want to interrupt what you guys are doing on 32, right? So the 31 was the other day, whatever the numbers are. So many workouts. So today is going to be kind of an oddball. We have a nice 5-round, bigger core hip glute warm-up. Again, I'm going to go through that here in a second. We're going to do all of our hips that we've done before. We're going to do right side, left side, and we're going to do one blast of everything. We'll have fly press, pullover press, curl press, lunge, curl. Like, we're just gonna go through those. That way it doesn't mess up tomorrow's workout, which is the opposite of yesterday's workout. So we have a lot. Plus, I'm gonna see you on Thursday. But if you hear from me, that means I'm gonna assign you guys something on Thursday, cardio based. So let's get going. We have 5 sets of 20 hip bridges, right? Now, we did them last Monday, like we're gonna do today, and we did also some on Friday. Now, I don't normally repeat things so much, but we have a very big week ahead of you. So we have 5 different 20 hip bridges. I'm gonna go through all of those with you, with our 5 different 30 things, and those are our scissors, runners, swimmers, rotational planks, and Russian twists. So a very big circuit. Okay, we'll also get all of our hips in, and we're gonna get all of our other 2 movement things in. So I know I'm talking a lot. I know you're ready to go. And I know Angela and Stella are surprised to see me. Hello, good to see you too. Okay, here we go. 20 regular hip bridges. Remember, when you do hip bridges, your feet can be elevated if you want, or you can have weight on your hips if you want. 20 hip bridges, and then do 30 scissors. Don't really wait for me too much, but in some ways you're gonna have to anyways, right? 20 regular hip bridges. Ready, set, go. Remember what hip bridges are. Hip mobility, glutes, core activation, and remember what your core is. Your core is anything that touches your spine. Now, you might get hamstrings, and that's okay, but I'd rather get your glutes and your good lower back, right? Whenever you try to get your glutes, you're gonna get back or hamstrings or both. Like last Monday, we have 5 different 20 hip bridges. We're gonna do 5 different 30 combos, okay? Today's one of those days we're not gonna repeat a single thing. We're gonna work our way through a whole bunch of stuff, okay? And of course, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you guys are all safe and sound wherever you're at. 30 scissors when you are ready. And remember, I do like the big ones on your 30 scissors. If you do little ones, they're 30 revolutions, right? So they're either bigger reps or they're smaller revolutions. 30 is the number. You won't do it again today. This circuit is 100 reps of glutes, 150 abs core. You're gonna eventually get all of our hips and all of our 2 movement exercises in today. And breathe, and work, and focus. 30 on your scissors. And remember, there's sit-up scissors, bigger reps, and there's iso scissors, little smaller reps, and we do our revolutions. We do those for revolutions, right? Both are good, right? But you know I like my durational exercises. After your 30 scissors, you're on your second hip bridge, which is your wide stance hip bridge. Ready? Again, if you're not there, it's okay. Set, go. Now your feet are just a little bit wider than earlier. It does change the activation of your glutes. Your hips still need to move. Your core still needs to engage. And remember, you can play with the height of your feet. You can play with the weight on your hips. I'm changing your feet like we did last Monday and even last Friday. 20 hip bridges, and then you're gonna do 30 runners. And remember, the runners are the bigger, slower ones. unless you're gonna do the little revolutions, okay? Again, I promise you lots of work today. 30 runners. Runners with elbows to knees, not knees to nose. You do get more motion when you start with your legs from the ground. You get more contraction when you start with your legs up. So feel free to mix up your runners. When you're up and over, they kind of look the same. It's where your legs came from. ISO runners, your legs start up. Runners, breathe, contraction. On the ground, you might get more motion. 30 slow runners. Runners is always elbows to knees slowly. Runners is always a little more mobility and rotation versus scissors. Okay, but you can either start with your legs up or start with your legs down. After your 30 runners, we're gonna be on our 20 narrow hip bridges. Now your feet don't have to be touching, but your feet are narrower than your regular hip bridge. And breathe. You can play with the height of your feet. You can play with the weight of your hips, right? I'm changing your feet for activation. But the hard part is when you change your feet, you're gonna change lots of things. I want your glutes. I want your core, right? Your middle lower back muscles that surround your spine. Try to eliminate your hamstrings and calves. They really wanna help out. 20 narrow hip bridges. And then you're gonna be on your 30 swimmers, whether you're laying on your stomach or you're on your hands and knees. And remember, we're only gonna do it once, right? Today's one of those days. One of those days. When you're ready, 30 swimmers. If you're on your hands and knees, you've got more mobility, right? There's a little more balance. You gotta reach a little bit more. When you're on your stomach, which I'll do here in a second, you can get more contraction, so both are good. Mix them up between hands and knees, laying on your stomach. They're both called prone swimmers, unfortunately. Upper back, middle back, lower back, glutes. Upper back, middle back, lower back, glutes. So in some ways, it's a superset between your hip bridge and your swimmers. And supersets are when you do 2 exercises or more in a row involving the same muscle group. So in some ways, with a lower back glute exercise, those were 2 in a row. You don't have to care about these things. I just like to educate you. When you are done with your 30 swimmers, we have 2 more rounds to go. As you can tell, I'm not in a hurry today. Right leg only hip bridge. Your left leg goes over your right? Find that nice good position. Again, whether you're elevated or not, play with that right foot. I want your right butt cheek, right? I want your glutes. Your hips still need to move a lot because of your glutes and your core. And remember, those are the muscles that touch and wrap around your spine. Your transverse abdominis is one of those. Believe it or not, your ab muscle, your rectus abdominis, is actually one of the least technically core muscles because it doesn't actually touch your spine. Glutes, right leg hip bridge, 20 reps, please. You're breathing and you're focusing. We're getting started. Right? I get you guys all week long. Ooh, how lucky you are. You got your 30 rotational planks. You won't do it again today. You can be on your elbows and toes preferred. You can be on your hands and toes. I don't want it to bug your elbows. Or you can be on your knees if you need to. 30 total rotational planks. You won't do them again. If you can't do the big, do the slow. Right? I still want you to rotate, but if it's not big, I want slow. 30 total reps is 15 each side. Breathe and focus. Lots of work to do today, you guys. Nice, good, thorough start. We'll get all of our hips in. We'll get all of our 2 movement exercises in. We'll do things once. We'll do them right. And of course, you guys could be just watching me right now and having your videos off, but I know all of you, so it's probably not happening. You never know, right? After your 30 rotational planks, which I only did 18, so if you probably should still be going a little bit. You have 30 total rotational planks. We do have the 1 more set of hip bridge on your left side, okay? If you're not there yet, that's okay. You've got your 20 left hip bridge, your right leg is over left, and then we're gonna do our 30 Russian twists. And that'll be the end of this circuit. And I didn't say nice good warm-up circuit, but also a lifting circuit with your 100 total hip bridges and your 150 abs core. And that's just getting started. 20 left hip bridge. A lot of motion at your hips, a lot of glute activation, and breathe and focus. 20 hip bridges. Take your time. And we're not in a hurry. If you ever feel like you're falling behind, don't stop doing what you're doing. You know, I'm gonna loiter to make sure everybody gets it done, right? 30 Russian twists when you are ready, and this will be the end of your circuit. If you happen to have ankle weights, we are doing our hip exercises today, so if you wanna do those, you can. 30 Russian twists. The big, slow ones are reps. 3, 4, 5. The little ones are revolutions. 6, 7, 8. Both are good. One is more of an isometric pulsing movement per se, and the other one is the bigger rotation activation. 30 Russian twists. You won't do it again today. Let's keep it going. Yeah, although I'm not doing 4 classes today, I'll do this, probably give each class this a chance. You'll see. I might do it at 6 a.m. on Friday. Anyhow, TBD. I might do it again. After those 30 Russian twists, take your time, get your sip of water, clear out your space. We are going to be on the ground for a little while, which is nice. We're going to do our first set of hips, and then we'll do one of our ground exercises. We'll do our second set of hips, then we'll do one of our ground exercises, and we'll do our third set of hips, and we're going to start moving along, okay? We have 6 different hip exercises. We have done them before. We have 5 different 2 movement combos. The intent of this is the rest of the workout, right? It should take us 25 to 30 minutes to finish off the rest of this workout, okay? We might add a little stretching at the end, especially for those that I'm gonna see all week long. If you did yesterday's workout, whew, I'm pretty beat up from that one. Alrighty, I've loitered. I hope everybody got caught up. Set 1, we've done it before, you're gonna lay on your side, and I'm gonna give you a small rep range of 25 to 30 reps. So if you can do 30 reps, cool. If you do 25, cool. We have our clockwise circles. You're gonna lay on your side, any side, because you're gonna do both sides. 25 clockwise circles. If you're doing your left hip, it is posterior to anterior. If you're doing your right hip, it's actually the opposite, anterior to posterior. Either way, you know you're gonna get the other circles the next round anyways. You have a rep range of 25 to 30 reps. Do both sides, right side and left side, on your clockwise circles. We're then gonna be on the ground for our fly to press, which is a chest exercise. So don't get off the ground, you don't need to, okay? 25 to 30 reps. And breathe. You got a rep range. It doesn't mean you get to go fast. It just means you're feeling pretty confident and studly on your hips. Definitely do a couple extra reps. 25 to 30 reps on each hip, clockwise circles. Breathe. Again, each hip is different. Right hip is anterior to posterior, clockwise circles, front to back. You're on the right hip. On your left hip, it's actually posterior to anterior, it's back to front. So there actually is a difference, right? You have 3 main posterior hips, you have 5 main anterior hips, you technically have only the 1 lateral hip. You have lots of little things supporting. And in fact, your quads and hamstrings, the big muscle groups, they want to help out. So don't let your legs bend and straighten. Keep your legs straight. That way you're not getting quads and hamstrings. You're going to get your hips 25 to 30 each side, clockwise circles. We will get all of them done. I hope you all remember this routine a little bit. Okay? Set 1. Now, today's mean. I'm trying not to affect your other workouts. Danny let me know last night that I was going to take this one, so I don't want to mess up your other workouts. We're going to do everything one time. Your chest fly to press. Sorry, but we're only going to do it once, is 50 total movements or 25 revolutions. I'm also going to set the timer about 3 minutes of work, right? So you might as well do it slow because I'm not going to give you the next tip for 2.5 to 3 minutes, okay? 50 total movements or 25 revolutions. In my world, 3-second reps, right? That's 150 seconds, and that's without taking a break. So there's 2.5 minutes alone. Shoulder blades, pulling, that was slower. Push is smoother. I didn't say quicker. So this should take a while. 50 total individual movements, or you can count 25 revolutions. You're not gonna do it again today. Fly, press. You really want to think chest the whole time, even though on the press you might get some shoulders and triceps. That's okay. Fly, press. The fly is big, slow, and wide. The press is smooth. I don't want to say easy or quick. The chest fly is pulling. The press, of course, is pushing. Shoulder blades, chest. Shoulder blades, chest. Both exercises, shoulder blades, chest. This is going to take a while. If you need to take a shake off, take a shake off, right? If you have the right weight, you're probably going to take at least 1 little shake off break. If it's too light, of course, you're probably going to get it done a little quicker, but don't go fast. You won't do it again today. 50 total movements or 25 revolutions. I'm going to separate you two. I'm ready for this. I got my schooling going on right here. We got Dana and Dreambox, which is like a math, geometry type of thing, right? They do space things, and got Max on his ABCs and ABC Mouse and app. Keep going, okay? You should not be done yet. If you are done, you went a little too fast. I did 30 total movements, 15 revolutions. Okay, you're on 50 total movements, 25 revolutions. It does take a little while. I will start the next hip in about a minute. So if you are done, either do a couple extra, right, and or grab your sip of water. You're thinking shoulder blades the whole time. Shoulder blades the whole time. You're thinking slow and wide on the chest fly pulling, and you're thinking smooth on the push. Big, slow reps Enjoy the moment. So the nice thing about today, every round adds up to 100. You got the 25-ish to 30 on the hips, both sides, right? There's a 50 to 60 per se. You're gonna have your 50 on the tube movement exercise. So each round takes a little while. 6 rounds, each round's about 6 minutes, right? That's your 25, 30 plus minutes. When you are ready, we're gonna be back to our hips. You're gonna do counterclockwise circles. It's simply the other direction. Counterclockwise circles. If you're not there yet, cool. If you are, 25 to 30 reps on your counterclockwise circles. If you're doing your right hip, it's posterior to anterior, or you can say back to front. If you're doing your left hip, it's the opposite. It's anterior to posterior, front to back. That's if you want to think about it more. You don't have to. All you have to do is the 2 different circles eventually. Counterclockwise circles, you got a rep range of 25 to 30 each hip, each leg, whatever you want to say. Nice, smooth circles. Remember, you're going to keep your legs straight. You don't want to bend and straighten your legs. That turns into a quad hamstring exercise. We do plenty of those. 25 to 30 reps. Each hip on your counterclockwise circles. Remember, it's going to take a little while. That's the idea. So hopefully you got yesterday's workout in, you got tomorrow, you're going to have me again on Thursday, you're going to have me again on Friday, so you know there's plenty of work to do. If you've already switched, awesome. If you haven't, when you're done, make sure you get both hips. Counterclockwise circles, 25 to 30 each hip. Remember advancing it. If you want to think about it, when you're doing your left hip, it's an anterior to posterior or front to back. When you do your right hip, it's the opposite. It's posterior to anterior or back to front. All of those little hip muscles are supposed to turn on, right? And then of course I want you to be equal or symmetric on both hips to the best of your ability. And as you guys know, if you're not burning on the second round, you have really, really good hips, or you're going too fast. The nice thing is what we're doing in between takes a while, so I do expect a little recovery there. Hopefully you're not quite there, but if you are there, we have our pull over to press. We've done it before, we just won't do it again today. You've got your 50 total movements or 25 revolutions. And again, I'll start the next round at about 3-ish minutes. So if you're going fast, you might as well slow it down a little bit. Part of the equation is weight, which is load, and then part of the equation is time under tension, the duration of the rep. So if you don't have weight, slow it down. 50 total movements or 25 revolutions. Pull over, press, lengthen. Remember, that's a long rep. The push is a smooth rep. When you get above your head, I want you to activate those lats, which it's not really correct, but it's under your armpits and down the side of your back. So if you can think about that, right? Under your armpits and the outside of your back. And you're gonna pull over, and then I want a smooth push. 50 total reps. 25 revolutions. Smooth. If you need to rest your hands, you can rest your hands. Pull and push. Pull over, push. Long, big, reaching, pulling, smooth push. Lengthen, rotation, contraction, smooth push. Right, that should be a nice rhythm. No falling asleep on your tube movement exercises today. I'm sorry, it's one of those days. I call them one-hit wonders. You only do them once. Maybe it resonates with you, maybe it doesn't. You won't do it again today. Nice. Again, you should have a couple more reps, right? Pull over, press, long, reaching, rotation, contraction on the pull over, and again, the push is smooth. If you had really heavy weights, it would slow you down. If you have a little lighter weights, you accidentally might go too fast. Today, we actually are on the ground because of the hips. If you're ever elevated, like we have done, on a bench or a ball, right, you can, you would have more motion, okay? So pullovers can have more motion. When you're ready, you're on your single lateral leg lifts, no circles. It's okay if you're not there. 25 to 30 each side on your single lateral leg lifts. Don't stop doing what you're doing to catch up. You know I'm gonna be here until you guys are all done, okay? Your leg is straight. I don't want it locked straight, but your leg is straight. Don't let your toe point up. It's the easier thing to do, but don't purposely point your toe down. I want you to look at your ankle bone. Your ankle bone should be going up to the ceiling, okay? That leg is straight. The ankle bone goes up to your ceiling. I actually want your foot kind of relaxed, right? 25 to 30 on your single lateral leg lifts. Keep your legs straight. You have that small rep range based on your stubbornness, right? I never want you to force a hip rep. That's when bad things happen. Smooth, let it burn, right? 25 to 30 each hip. Your time, right? Remember, don't stop doing what you're doing. I'm gonna slowly get through this thing. If you feel like you keep getting a little ahead, right? Slow it down a touch, just a touch, right? I know I'm not doing all the exercises with you, right? But you guys have been doing this for 12 weeks now online, right? So there's always a certain rhythm. 2.5 to 3 seconds is a good rep. And on this type of exercise, it's a little bit bigger. So let's just round up. Right? It's going to be 75 seconds to 1.5 minutes on each hip, right? Then you combo with what we're doing on the 2 movement exercises, right? Each round is about 5 to 6 minutes, maybe even longer. That depends on the weight you have. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Remember, we had a nice, good, quote-unquote, warm-up with our 100 hips, glutes, and our 150 abs core. We've now done 75 to 90 each side on your hips. You've done 2 different tube movement exercises, so now we're on the 3rd. It's been very upper body dominant. We're gonna do 1 more upper body dominant on our curl to press. You can sit tall, you can stand tall. I'm gonna kneel tall, just so all of you guys can see me. Big jet over there, wow. 50 total movements or 25 revolutions on your curl to press. So it's been very hipsy and upper body and ab core. We do have some legs coming your way. Curl to press. Abs tight, core tight. Again, you can sit tall on something. You can stand tall on something. You can kneel like me if you want to. You don't have to. I'm just doing this so everybody can see. Curl to press. You've got your 50 total movements. We've done this. 25 revolutions. Now, you're not going to do this exercise again today, but unfortunately, we have a squat press and a lunge curl coming your way. Okay, so we do have a lot more work to do that have these movements in there. You're welcome. The nice thing is we'll have a squat press the next round, so a little bit of legs, and then that lunge curl is actually the most legs. Curl to press. Remember, it's okay to take a shake it off break, right? That's not a bad thing. You should still be going on your 50 total movements, your 25 revolutions, right? If you have an assortment of weights, right? Awesome, you've been able to make some weight changes. If you're limited on weights, awesome, right? We adjust hand positions, small changes to the exact movement you're doing. Curl to press. 50 total movements. Take your time. Again, you'll do some more presses with a squat, and you'll do some more curls with a lunge. We only have 3 more rounds of our hips, and we only have 2 more of these 2 movement exercises, right? So don't go any faster. Don't go any faster. Keep breathing. Again, if you had light weights, you might be done. That's okay. Slow it down a touch. You might have heavy weights. You might still be going, right? You might have chose to sit tall on something. Your position changed. Standing tall, you're kind of able to use your body a little bit. It's not a bad thing. When you are ready, we're on our first posterior hip. We have our donkey kicks. We've done it before. 25 to 30, you have your rep range of donkey kicks. I want a lot of motion. You don't have to do the knee drive, right? You can, but I want a lot of motion. And I don't want your butt, your glute maximus, and I don't want your hamstrings. However, right above your glute maximus is your glute minimus and medius, your smaller glutes, but those are part of your posterior hips. You also have wow, my brain literally just turned off. Brain. Glute minimus, glute maximus, iliacus, that's your anterior hips. Oh my gosh, my brain just turned off. My posterior hips. They'll come to me here in a second. I want your posterior hips, not your butt and hamstrings. Lots of motion can be good, but lots of motion could yield momentum and using other things. 25 to 30. Oh, quadratus labortum. There we go, Ruth Ann. Your QLs. Jeez. I'm like, posterior hips. Ruth Ann will definitely get your QLs with her elbow. I'm going to get your QLs with this movement. 25 to 30 each side. Now I do want nice big motion. You don't have to do the knee drive or the knee tuck, but I want a lot of motion. Take it out of your glute maximus, right? The big butt burn. We did those on the hip bridges. Take it out of your hamstrings. Take it out of your back too. I want your posterior hips. It's just above your butt, just below your back. Lots of little muscles there. And they actually cause a lot of little problems, or they provide that great stability for you to do all the amazing things that you do. A lot of motion is good, momentum is bad. Move them. 25 to 30 each side, donkey kicks. You won't do it again today. We'll have a different 2 movement exercise coming up next, right? This is one of those days, 1 round at a time. Do it right, do it slow, do it once. When you are ready, you'll be up off the ground. Formally, right, we have our squat to press, not thrusters. Thrusters, you create power, momentum, control power, momentum. So here's a thruster, right? You're doing that. I don't want that. Squat and press. So I want your muscles, not your momentum. You've got your 50 total movements. You've got your 25 of each. You've already done 25 on the shoulder presses, and you've already done 2 different presses before. So we've been doing a lot of pushes. We have pulling later on. Here we go. Squat to press. Squat, press. Don't create momentum. Those 2 movements happen on their own. Squat to press. Keep those hands up on your shoulders as you squat. It's not a curl squat press, right? Squat to press. Squat to press. You could be holding anything. You could hold a bar, kettlebells, dumbbells. You can hold a plate. You can hold your dog. Right, you can hold anything on your squat to press, okay? Keep it going, 50 total movements, 25 of each over there, okay? Keep breathing, right? We're doing this once, you're doing it right, you won't do it again today. Squat, press, squat, press. Slow, low, stand tall, push, squat to press. This takes a while, especially if you have a little bit of weight. Squat, press, squat, press. 50 total movements, 25 of each, taking your time. Breathe and focus, breathe and focus. Enjoy the moment for a second. You have 2 more different hips. It's okay if you're not there, you have 2 more different hips. We only have the 1 more 2-minute exercise, okay? 2 different reps. You gotta be on your fire hydrants. We've done them before, 25 to 30 each side, fire hydrants. Then unfortunately we have our lunge curls. That's probably gonna be the hardest thing we did today. And we'll have the 1 more anterior hips on the ground. And if you have time, we have a little stretch. Ready, set, go. Now remember, if you're not there, don't stop doing what you're doing to get there. I want to use the words, your leg goes out or your knee goes out. I don't like to say up because then I see the foot drop or I see the foot go up. I want your knee to go out. I would love if your lower leg was parallel to the ground, right? I'd love it if your foot and your knee was in the same plane. That would be awesome. Don't bend and straighten your knee, right? That knee goes out. That lower leg is parallel to the ground. Your knee and foot are in the same plane. 25 to 30 reps. And breathe. And focus. And breathe. And focus. Hey, you guys look pain, do a little pain. Get that knee out. Get that knee out. 25 to 30 each side. Not gonna lie, we've been doing a lot of up body. If you feel your hands and arms getting a little bit tired supporting yourself, you can lightly support yourself anywhere you want to, right? All I want you to do is keep your upper body square to whatever it is you're holding on to. Right, it might seem weird, but with all the 2 movement work you've done, those hands and arms might be tired of supporting you. Again, that knee goes out. That lower leg is parallel to the ground. Your foot and knee stay in the same plane. 25 to 30 reps each side. Posterior hips. Now remember, earlier we did 100 hip bridges. That was 100 glutes. And now when you get these posterior hips, you just added more to that, right? So it's been a lot. Nice job, you guys. Your pace is good, right? We're almost done. Don't go any faster. We unfortunately have one of the hardest exercises right now. Then we have the 1 more hip to do, the anterior hip. And if you gotta go, you can go. If you have time for a little stretch, we'll do a little stretch. When you get to your lunge curl, you can do any lunge you want. Walking forward lunge, walking reverse lunge. Either go by 2s or make sure you have room. Don't lunge in a circle. Stationary forward, stationary backwards. But when you lunge is when you curl. You're not curling and lunging at the same time. I want you to lunge and then curl. Unfortunately, and I hope you guys know this, you don't count the curl. It's a sneaky way of getting more. It's 50 total lunges. It's 25 of each. And the freebie is you're gonna do biceps. We pulled on our pullovers earlier. You pulled on your chest flies. You pulled on your curl to press. And now you're pulling on your lunge curls. So you guys, it was a sneaky lot of upper body. I'm hoping it doesn't mess up tomorrow's workout. That's the opposite of what we did yesterday. Kind of the intent. A good workout, but I don't want to mess things up. Keep going. 50 total lunge curls. That is 25 each side lunges. And your curl is a pro bono freebie. It's a give me. And I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You can mix it up between walking forward and walking reverse if you have space, and or you can do 2 steps forward, 2 steps backwards. You don't lunge in a circle. Stationary forward and stationary reverse are options, right? Take your time, lunge, curl. You won't do them again today. Make sure you focus. This is a tough one. It's the last 2 movement exercise of the day. We have 1 more hip exercise to do. You can be done after that, or you can join me on a quick little stretch. It's a mean one. I know you guys can do it. Keep working. Now, I don't think you should be there, but if you're in a hurry and need to go, lay on your back on your front raises. I'll start doing mine here in a second, right? But if you're not in a hurry and you're not done with the lunge curls, don't stop doing what you're doing. But if you are in a hurry and need to get going, you're gonna lay on your back on your front raises. Your toe is out on your front raise. But again, the 50 lunge curls was a sneaky way of doing a lot more. 25 each leg lunges, 50 total curls, right? That's unfair, and I'm sorry, the world isn't fair. And I know I'm not fair. Ain't nobody got time for that. If you're still doing lunge curls, good. Keep doing your lunge curls. If you're not doing lunge curls and you're ready for me, your anterior hip looks like this. A lot of people love doing hip workouts. There's only one person that hates doing hip workouts. That knee is ever so slightly bent. That toe is pointed out. People are like, oh yeah, like kicking a soccer ball. Well, if I try to kick a soccer ball like this, it's not going to go very far. So no, you're not kicking a soccer ball, but it might be that similar look, right? I don't want you creating power. I want your hip to do the work. Right? If your hip doesn't work on the soccer kick, you're probably not going to be kicking soccer balls very long. 25 to 30 reps each side. And remember, if you're not there or just getting started, I'm going to be here till you finish. If you don't have time, get this thing done and go back to work. If you have a little time at the end, I'm going to just do a couple of little stretches as well. 25 to 30 each side. Anterior front raises. That knee is slightly bent, that toe is pointed out, and your anterior raising, right? You're pulling that leg up. It's not a push, it is a pull. You're pulling that leg up. 25 to 30 each side. Take your time. And if you need to leave, just say goodbye. Have a wonderful day. Make sure you finish off these hips. I'll start some stretches here in a second. Remember, if you're a little behind, quote unquote, keep doing what you're doing. If you're all done waiting for me, cool. I'll start here in a second. All right? And if you have to leave, just say goodbye. We did 100 glutes to start your workout, right? We mixed up your feet for activation, hips, glutes, core. You had the 150 alternating reps of core and displacement on the scissors, runner scissors, and rotational planks and Russian twists, right? Your 150 to 180 each side hips have been done. And you did the 200, I'm not gonna count the biceps right there on the last one, 200 total 2 movement exercises on the pull, push, legs upper, right? So that was a lot of work, and I hope it doesn't mess up tomorrow. And remember, I have you guys on Wednesday and Friday, okay? If you gotta go, you gotta go. If not, we're just gonna go through a couple stretches, right? You got your hamstring stretch. It's formally not your hurdler stretch. The hurdler stretch, this leg will be back. And you guys would probably make fun of me for not being able to do it, right? Hurdler stretches are tough. I like this, but we're not bouncing, right? We're no yo-yos. Light, long, progress into your stretch. If you ever Google or Bing stretching, hit the word stretching and then scroll to like page 5. Ignore the first couple things, right? Those are all the fad things. I want you to do light elongation. You're taking your time. 30 seconds or more each side. Get rid of the whole 15-second thing, okay? There are other stretching ideas, Jones strain, counter strain, reciprocal inhibition. There's so many other techniques that help out PCP stretching, your proprioneuroceptive, right? They can activate, relax, and stretch. So there's lots of different techniques, but I know what you guys lift, and I know how you work out. So light, long, elongation stretches, you're taking your time, stretching and elongating your muscle. Again, good job today. I know you weren't expecting to see me. We had a big day yesterday. We're gonna mirror image that tomorrow. Today was a surprise for me too, but I liked today's workout. It would have been Thursday. So Thursday will be kind of an oddball day again. If you reach out to me individually and maybe give me some ideas for Thursday, cardio-based, agility-based, or if you want me to give you homework instead of logging in on Thursday with me, let me know. When you're ready, we call them beauty queens, but your right leg is over left, and you're gonna look over your right. You're gonna look way over your right. Right, Clark, there's a cute girl. Oh, Clark logged off. Dang it. Stella, there's a cute boy way back over there on your right. Right? Looking way over that right shoulder, way back there. And of course, take your time, right? No rush. We're gonna switch. A little less elongation is needed on those. Left leg over right, and you're looking way over your right. Hey, who's that trainer in the pink shirt? Oh, hey, who's that? I do think I'm funny. Like, a lot. Facing way over. You're gonna lay, and I saw people logging off, that's okay. If you're staying on, you're gonna lay down. You're gonna pull that right leg up. Don't push that right leg down. Pull that right leg up. And again, lay down. I want the other leg to stay down. So then you get your groin and you get your right hamstring origin, your glute, your lower back, right? And you're pulling that leg up. It's okay if you just straighten that leg a little bit, but you gotta keep that down leg down as you pull the other leg up. So there's two parts to this. And take a big, deep breath. And you're gonna pull that leg over your body. People are like, oh, that's such a good stretch. Why can't we start there? You gotta relax all those things to get there.
See you, Chris. Good time to leave.
Have a good day, Tom. Work hard, buddy. I'll see you on tomorrow or Friday. Take your time coming out of that position. Take your time. You're going to pull that other leg up. You want to keep the down leg down. Pull the leg up. If you need to straighten that leg a little bit, please do. And breathe. Take one big deep breath. And you're gonna pull that leg across your body. Oh yeah. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the life. Easy breezy. Take your time coming out of that position. We always have one more stretching, and this is a very common stretching routine for me because of all the legs and core we do. That's why I don't really do the other ones. I probably should. The down leg is getting stretched. the feet width, determine which hip flexor you get. And you want to sit tall, and you want to push the right hip forward or the down leg hip forward. This isn't stretching. This is stretching the anterior hips. If your feet are narrow, you'll get your quad origin. It gets way up there. If your feet are wider, you'll get into more of those hip flexors. Right, little changes go a long ways. Nice, long anterior hip stretch. And we did these the exercises today, so hopefully you feel that stretch. And then you're switching for the one more side. Again, I primarily do these stretches because it gets so many things, and I know people only want to stretch for 5 minutes. So there's lots more you can do. Pat yourself on the back, right? Give yourself a round of applause. Tomorrow is normal. You'll have me 6, 9, noon, and 3. You'll see me again on Thursday. I would love to take suggestions because I'll have you again on Friday, 6, 9, noon, and 3. So wouldn't mind getting some feedback on what you're craving.
I'm happy to do
Bye, Lori.
whatever